So my opponent said that the SAT doesn't show creativity, and my question is how, and they also said that the SAT subject would be better. So my question is, how does the SAT subject test show creativity when it's still a multiple choice test? They're still thinking the same. There's just, SAT focuses on 3 different aspects, while the SAT subject test only focuses on 1. But there's still no creativity shown in the subject test as well. And on that same note, colleges don't look at only SAT tests to determine if a student gets into college or not. According to Jonathan Zimmerman, a history professor at NYU, colleges don't want classes composed of solely of kids with perfect grades and scores. They also want diversity of enthusiasm, experiences, and ethnicities. So they do look for students with different experiences, different enthusiasm, different ethnicities, so their college campus can be diverse. And they do this through different aspects, such as the essays that you have to write to get into college, your personal statements, and in some cases, if you want to be a specific major, like an art portfolio or like a film that you've done that shows your creativity. So the SAT is supposed to show how you can critically think, how you can study for an exam, and how you did it throughout those 3 subjects. The other aspects of the admission shows the creativity of that student. There's also a quote about the consequences of the SAT being optional. First, students who would otherwise be a good fit might be discouraged by colleges higher than expected SAT averages, and they may not apply. Second, the lure of the SAT optional policy has helped produce a big jump in applicants at many of these schools, making them more selective in reducing the chances of gaining admission to the school. So making SAT optional will actually make it harder for these students to get into college, because they would get discouraged by the higher than expected SAT averages, and they just won't apply. My next point that I'll be refuting is about how rich people have an advantage by taking the SAT. College Board has many resources for lower income families to get ready and prepare for the SAT. They have free practice tests, an official SAT practice test, official SAT question of the day that gets sent to your email, and they have SAT skills and insights. So the College Board does help lower income people study for these tests. They also have 2 free waivers for the SAT, as well as 2 free waivers for the SAT. And everyone who takes the SAT gets to send their 4 scores for free, and if you did receive a waiver for your SAT, you can send an additional 4 scores for free. So the students can take SATs more than once, and they can apply for that fee waiver, and they can take it twice to satisfy the score that they want. My other point I'd like to refute is about not all students are great test takers. And the point that my opponent brought up was that if it's an art student and the art student isn't a good test taker, then how will that person get into the college he or she wants to? Well, the art student probably has to do a portfolio to get into that school, whoever wants to, if they want to be an art major. If they don't want to be an art major, then their experience of art doesn't really come in handy when they want to be a chemical engineer or some other major, because the SAT helps the college admission people realize what kind of student he or she is. And if the same art student wants to get into college and show his or her creativity, they can show that creativity by their portfolio or their essay. So there are ways that the creativity is shown that the college admission people